back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! Today we are talking about Tokyo Revenge's #1 hotshot, Mikey. Mikey harnesses the power of Black Air Force energy, no one can deny that. But have you ever wondered what makes him so powerful?
You bet your sweet bippy I did.
I'll be explaining what makes Mikey the #1 strongest gangster and character in Tokyo Revengers, diving deep into his backstory and what makes him feared by everyone. And let's be honest, if it's not feared, then it's bloody simping, mate.
So true.
Every girl I know is head over heels over this dude. I'm getting I'm joking. How can I get jealous of her? No!
But before we get further into the video, let me quickly tell you guys about our sponsor, Genshin Impact. You guys already know about Genshin, right? It's the free-to-play open-world action RPG featuring the vast magical world of Teyvat, where you adventure alongside 30 different playable characters. The best part is that the adventure never stops because you got best girl Lisa with you wherever you are, since Genshin is available on PC, PS4, iOS, Android, and even the PS5. The best thing about Genshin is the continent of Teyvat, where you will have to find your captured siblings by exploring the 7 regions and their 7 gods. Each region has its own style and preferred element. Combining them will bring new synergies, or you could simply enjoy the day gliding yourself away. The best part is that you don't have to experience the magic of Teyvat alone, since Genshin also offers a co-op mode for you to team up with your friends. Right now is one of the best times to play Genshin, as the version 2.1 update has just dropped, and with that it brings the 3rd god of Teyvat, Raiden Shogun, as a playable character. The Moon Chase Festival is also coming with the update, bringing in a whole lot of fun events, like the Moonlit Merrient. However, the best part of this update is of course the new fishing system. This is the best time to install Genshin because its 1st anniversary is coming, where you will receive 10 free intertwined fate as a reward for participating in the biggest event Genshin has ever seen. So click that link in the description and download Genshin to join the world of Teyvat.
Now, if you haven't read Tokyo Revenge's manga, this video will contain spoilers, but I highly recommend you do so. You need to join our gang by hitting the notification bell for the channel and smash that bloody like button just like Mikey does. I need to know that you guys want more Tokyo Revengers content, so if you don't, then I won't know if I should keep creating videos for you. Also, make sure to let me know in the comments what topics you want me to cover next. So the first instance you hear about Mikey is in chapter 2 of the manga. Naoto is seen talking to Takemichi about their plan to go back to the past in order to change the future and save his sister. The plan is to stop both leaders of the current Tokyo Manji Gang from meeting, because in the future they are the biggest delinquent gang in the whole of Japan and cause the murders. By the way, if you have ever wondered why Takemichi can time travel with his unique powers, I'd highly suggest that you watch my previous video on Tokyo Revengers. Otherwise, you'll be left confused, you won't understand the complete story, and you'll be left behind in our community. I'll put the link in the pinned comment just for you. But moving back to the point, however, to give you an idea on how big and influential the Tokyo Manji Gang is in the future, it is said that the majority of crimes that happen around the whole country of Japan, the Tokyo Manji Gang would have some type of involvement in some sort of way. The Tokyo Manji Gang is known to have committed every imaginable crime from robbery to murder. This alone should give you an idea on how ruthless and powerful of a man you have to be able to even run such a big and powerful organization. Therefore, just like us, Takemichi ponders upon this fact. How can the Mikey, the sweet Mikey, the one we all simp for, how can he turn out this way, man? Well, this is because the present Tokyo Manji Gang isn't run by Mikey anymore. It is run by the main antagonist of the series, Kisaki Teta. Kisaki is running the organization using Mikey's name to strike fair. That way, no one would dare challenge him because every other gang or organization is scared of how strong and fearsome Mikey is alone.
God damn!
However, Mikey wasn't always feared by everyone.
No way.
Growing up, Mikey was respected by his family and friends. Originally, he would use his powers to protect those he loved and wanted to create a gang that was one for all and all for one. This is because Mikey's initial life always involved pain the day he was born. The pain of losing his parents, the pain of losing his brother, the pain of being misunderstood, and the pain of being psychologically traumatized at a very young age. He wanted to make a great difference in his life and to the people he loved. Mikey would filter this dark side of himself by gaining the trust of his loved ones with a funny personality and that charisma that we all love. His loved ones state that Mikey makes anyone he cares about feel safe and warm. He always cares for those close to him and will protect them at any cost. The first instance we see Mikey's strength is an actual fight that Mikey is involved in with a dispute between the Toman Gang and the Mobius Gang with their leader Osanai. Mobius is 2 generations older than Toman, which means they have more experience and should have more power. They also control the whole area of Shinjuku in Tokyo, Japan. This fight was caused by the Mobius Gang assaulting the friend of Hayashida, who is the 3rd Division captain of the Toman Gang, also known as Parchin. During this confrontation between the 2 gangs, Parchin lost to Osanai and asks Mikey to forgive him for being so weak. Mikey replies by saying, "What are you talking about?" and that he hasn't lost at all. At this point, everyone except for Draken is underestimating Mikey. Everyone from the Mobius Gang is laughing at him, and even the protagonist Takemichi is confused as to what Mikey meant. Mikey starts walking towards Osanai, and as soon as Mikey gets close enough to him, he kicks him in the head so fast that Osanai couldn't even finish trash talking. This is just the first real display of strength from Mikey, taking in mind that Toman only had 5 people to fight at that moment against the 50 people from the Mobius Gang, 10 times the people. After Mikey defeated Osanai in just 1 kick, no one else from Mobius challenged him even though they had 10 times more men. Mikey even threatens them by saying that if anyone thinks Parchin lost, to step forward right now so that he can kill them. He alone challenges 50 people with no hesitation whatsoever. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell? Why is Mikey so strong, ABD? I don't understand.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Well, his strength comes from his childhood. He has always been a prodigy in martial arts. From a very young age, Mikey had always been a genius when it came to fighting. In chapter 123 of the manga, Mikey, his older brother Shinichiro, and his younger sister Emma are all being trained by their grandfather, who is a master in martial arts. Mikey seems to be an ordinary child, acting goofy and making fun of his brother, and they all have a very close relationship. However, when it came to his fighting prowess, he was seen as an absolute genius. His grandfather complimented him and boasts that Mikey is his 100% pure blood grandson without a doubt because of how talented he is. Let's be honest, any man would be proud to have Mikey as their grandson. Like, look at this dude, look at those genetics. You know, every girl's stepping for my man.
Of course!
Mikey has always been kind since his very childhood. For example, after overhearing his brother Shinichiro and grandfather talk about his little sister Emma's adjustment to her new life, since not too long ago her mother abandoned her in their grandfather's dojo, Mikey decides to help her in training. During this, he tells Emma to call him Mikey as he doesn't want Emma to feel like an outcast for having a foreign name. This way, they both would have foreign names and she won't feel lonely. This is where his nickname originated from, and Emma, with her tears in her eyes and big smile on her face, she tells Mikey that she doesn't really care about her name, but we as readers know that she definitely felt welcomed by Mikey's kind gesture, as Emma later on in the chapter states that she never felt alone since that moment when Mikey helped her. The anime goes into more detail on Mikey's backstory and how he met Draken. When Draken was in 5th grade, he was sent by a couple of middle schoolers who who were targeting Mikey to go get him, so that they can teach him a lesson for being too cocky. Draken, being excited to see what type of person Mikey is, he rushes in a search for him. To his surprise, Mikey was just a kid in elementary school. Draken, not knowing how to react, he informs him that some middle schoolers were looking for him and he was sent to bring Mikey to them. Instantly, Mikey took a liking to Draken and willingly agreed to go with him. As soon as they got to where the middle schoolers were waiting, Mikey ran in a beeline, jumped and kicked one of the middle schoolers until he passed out, knocking him out. This alone made the other people afraid of him, and they didn't even bother fighting him because they ran off scared. Mikey considered Draken to be a badass and asked to be friends at that moment, and from there they have been side by side being best friends. So to put it into perspective for a moment, imagine a freaking 10-year-old just busted your face with a flying kick in front of your homies and you're knocked out 100%. Like bruh, you would literally become a meme the next day at school, everyone making fun of you, recording your ass. So this shows how much Mikey has trained, as well as his immense potential to grow even stronger, since he was already beating people way older than him from a very young age with the martial arts style that his grandfather taught him. Now, it's not really specified what kind of martial arts their grandfather is teaching. At first glance, it looks to be Taekwondo, but you have to remember that the story is set in Japan. Taekwondo is a martial art that originated in Korea, so it could be karate, more specifically Kyokushin, a form that derives from it. Kyokushin is a style of stand-up fighting and is rooted in the philosophy of self-improvement, discipline, and hard training. In our world, Kyokushin is mainly used by professional wrestlers, more specifically UFC fighters, as Kyokushin is a stylized fighting style focused on striking your opponent with full force in close combat fight. Now, if you guys didn't know, a kick performed by anyone, including you, would generate more force than a general punch. This is a scientific fact in all of us. So a well-trained person like Joe Rogan recorded one of his strongest kicks of 151,000 power cube units, which is a unit designed for professional fighters that gives them a tactical striking surface suitable for the heaviest blows a human can deliver. In comparison, trained people, their strongest punches amount to around 129,000 power cube units. Now this is because you can achieve a greater force to velocity ratio with a kick, which will explain why Mikey's kicks are so powerful in such a short distance with no momentum at all. Using our anime bullshit science degree, don't forget my father beat that into me and I studied hard just for you guys. But we believe that Mikey has mastered his grandfather's Kyokushin style and has achieved a perfect force to velocity ratio, making his kicks really effective and consistent, as he was also able to knock out Taiju Shiba, the 10th leader of the Black Dragons. He did this with no effort whatsoever. Take in mind, to knock out someone of Taiju's size, the force you would have to produce would be almost equal to that of trying to kill him in one blow. So if Mikey wasn't well trained and disciplined, he could kill anyone at any moment. We were told in the manga at that point of time, around chapter 100 to 105, that Taiju Shiba is one of the strongest people in the entire show. In fact, no one would be able to defeat him in a one-on-one fight. He is easily considered the top 5 strongest characters in the series. However, here comes Mikey. With the speed that he produced, the other characters couldn't even keep up with their eyes on what happened. Taiju was suddenly on the floor, knocked out.
You got knocked the fuck out!
As we all know, Mikey's main attack is referred to as Nuclear Missile Kick by Kuzutaro in chapter 54. This kick can KO anyone who has been hit by it directly. It's so fast that the only way to see it is if you're on the same strength level as Mikey. Mikey's not using his full power and is still shitting on people who are older than him with one kick. For example, during the event of the Bloody Halloween fight, Kuzutaro guided Mikey to the top of scrapped cars. This was to make an unbalanced surface for him, so it would be difficult for Mikey to use his powerful kicks and defeat them. Kuzutaro also had 2 of his members waiting for throw him at the top so they could gang up on Mikey. Now at this point, he has to take on 3 people in a terrain that doesn't allow him to be mobile. Kazutoro takes this chance to grab a metal bar and proceeds to sneak attack Mikey from behind, hitting him directly in the face. The other 2 members take the opportunity to lock him in place, and once he was, it prevented him from using any of his arms and legs. Kazutoro wanted to kill Mikey, and he starts hitting him multiple times with the metal bar. Mikey's looking like he's about to pass out. There's blood everywhere. Everyone speaks of Mikey already losing and that it's over. This is the point where Mikey lost control of himself, and his Black Air Force energy, it was released to its maximum potential. Mikey had freaking murder on his mind. Think about it. Despite being in a disadvantaged position, as his granddad stated, Mikey is a natural genius in fighting. He still manages to land a direct nuclear missile kick on Kazutoro, knocking him out. This fight not only showed his strength, but Mikey's immense endurance and stamina. No one else will be able to withstand that damage that he took. Now keep in mind that his friend literally said that he intends to kill him, meaning he had the intention of doing so, not holding any of their power back with multiple hits. But this only makes Mikey bleed and angry, where his dark side manifests. So if you want us to cover why Mikey is evil in the future, or what his dark side even is, make sure to hit the notification bell and comment "We love Mikey," and we will definitely do that for you, because there is a lot more to Mikey's persona than just his power.
Of course!
Moving forward, even if we look into chapter 120 and chapter 121, we see how the other characters perceive Mikey. Takemichi and Shifuyu discuss how they want to train to become stronger to defeat him in the future. They clearly state that he is too strong for them, and that there is no one that they know in the gangs that could even defeat him. No one can even confront Mikey, since he can kill anyone he wants, and that's when they decide as a collective of Toman, using multiple gang members, it's the only way to defeat Mikey and confront him. Their statements are absolutely true, because you have to think about it. Even comparing Mikey's strength to another powerful character such as Hanma, he was the acting leader of another gang named Valhalla, but still he was able to block Mikey's kick with almost no issue when he wasn't being serious. Doing basic power scaling, Hanma was able to fight toe-to-toe with Draken, Toman's second in command, a guy that was able to take on 100 Black Dragon members alone in chapter 105. Just from this, you can see how strong Hanma is. Fast forward a few chapters later, during the bloody Halloween fight, Mikey hits Hanma with a kick so powerful, so fast, that he knocks him out with the same facial expression he had before the kick actually hit him. It's absolutely hilarious. Keep in mind, like, he's so strong. This was right after the fight with Kazutoro that he's been injured and he's already used all his stamina. He's like, bruh, he just pulls up and knocks everyone out. That's why everyone's afraid of this dude. At the end of the day, the most powerful version of Mikey we see is his dark self. This is explained by Mikey to be another part of himself that doesn't know good or bad, and he never holds back. And since he's not holding back, we can say for certain that this Mikey fighting at 100% power, meaning that when his massive balls drop and the Black Air Force energy expands and radiates, dripped out of his mind looking fly as fuck, he's essentially unstoppable, as Draken, Takemichi and all the others put it that way. For God's sake, Kisaki is the ultimate simp for this man because he's capable of killing anyone. In conclusion, Mikey was always very strong and a kind individual. Even when he was just a child, he would always prioritize protecting those that mattered the most to him. It was only due to some unfortunate events and the manipulation from others in the past that made him be so cruel in the future. He was also very bad at expressing his feelings, always suppressing them and trying to put all the burden on himself, not really expressing his true emotions to others, which was also a major factor in the downfall and why he developed a split personality, which he called his dark impulsivity. If you haven't read the manga, we highly recommend you to do so. Right now, Tokyo Revengers is in its final arc, and we would love to cover it for you guys on a weekly basis, but we need your support. Make sure to smash the like button for this video and the notification bell for the next Tokyo Revengers video. But that's pretty much the answer to why Mikey is so strong. His grandfather trained him as a child and he was a prodigy, and I just scaled him a little bit for you guys to understand that this dude is the strongest person in the entire show. Anyway guys, see you next time.